Everyone, this is Blake at Firing Line Shooting. Today I wanted to talk about the Zaffiri Precision barrel and comp combo. As you can see here on these two guns, which are both clear, we have the exact same gun, a SIG P365, but one of them has the Zaffiri Precision barrel and comp combo on there that will add a little bit of recoil reduction and make the gun a little bit longer. You can see it says ZP right there on the front. And you can see in the front here that that thing is cut out to make it an actual full comp and not just a port on top or something. This is supposed to provide a lot of recoil mitigation at a cost that's about $100 cheaper than the Radian Ramjet combo, which a lot of people are fascinated with. I do have the Radian Ramjet on my Glock 19, and it does an incredible amount of recoil reduction on that gun. But for $100 cheaper, I'm very interested to see how this one compares with the stock SIG P365, with everything else being the same. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is just shoot 5 shots with each pistol into the head box on this target about 7 or 8 yards away, and get any first impressions that we might have from me and from the camera as well. So we'll try it with the uncomped P365 first. Here we go. Now we're going to the Zaffiri Precision comp. All right. I definitely noticed that one felt a little bit better. And also I noticed that the barrel changed the point of impact a lot. So you can see here at this head group, the 5 shots that were really low in that 4 area were with the stock barrel, and the Zaffiri Precision ones were up in that yellow box where I was aiming. So the consistency seems pretty similar, but it's interesting to know that those 2 barrels just have different points of impact right out of the box. All right, the next thing I'm going to be doing is loading 12 of these Brazier Brass 115 grain into the standard P365 and doing a velocity test in feet per second and also an accuracy test at the same time off of the shooting bag. So let's see how that looks. That says 3574, which is crazy. .4385, that doesn't seem right at all. .4716, 4303, 3664, 4908, 1044, 1041, 1032, 1030, 1030. I don't know what was going on with those first velocities, but right about the 1030, 1040 mark is where we are with this stuff. And you can see we were aiming down there at the 3, and we've got a pretty nice group right there. This time I'll go ahead and aim at the 4. All right, now we're going with the Zaffiri Precision comped version. We'll see how those velocities and accuracy are as well. That says 4341. I don't know why. .3093, 48.53. $16.95. That's coming down. 807. 4602. This thing is just all over the place. 2746. I wonder what if I come back here. 1091. Failure to extract. 2117. And another failure to extract. And another failure to extract. Well, I guess it's a failure to eject because it is pulling that brass out. It just isn't pushing it out of the gun. $21.05. 2113. Okay. So you can see how tight the group is on the number 3. Number 4 was already wider, even when I was actually rested. I'm honestly pretty disappointed in how that looks. I wanted to give the Zaffiri Precision the benefit of the doubt that it would be pretty good. There may be some recoil mitigation, but for this kind of accuracy, I'm not impressed. So it's safe to say that I got a trash chronograph. The numbers are all over the place. The last time I took it out, it was doing the same thing at first, and then eventually it started reading better. But that time it was on a tripod. I feel like I had a worse experience this time with it on the table. Maybe I have to have it on a tripod. Either way, I was still getting those 3600, 4200 values last time. So I don't know if this is just a bad this Caldwell Ballistic Precision chronograph. I don't know if this is just a bad one or if this particular model is defective. I am not sure. But if you have any ideas on whether that's just a Caldwell problem or I got a defective unit maybe, please let me know, because you know I did just spend the money on this to do testing like this, and I need to know if I have a problem. So please let me know. As far as accuracy, I don't think that the Zaffiri Precision barrel has the accuracy that I need. For everyday carry purposes, I think I'd be more interested in just keeping the gun stock, honestly. The next one I want to test is the Radian Ramjet and Afterburner combo from Radian. I really think that that one's going to give the best of both worlds, the accuracy that I need, as well as a lot more compensation than the Zaffiri Precision one has. It's $100 more, but I was curious if saving the $100 is worth it. The last thing I want to do is do a slow motion video comparing these two guns and see if at least there's a recoil compensation that's worth the $299, or yeah, the $299 for the Zaffiri Precision barrel, or if it's not enough recoil compensation to make it worth it. So hopefully we can both see how that looks in just a second. All right, so the last things I want to do are basically like a 10-round build drill and just see what kind of time I get, and then we'll do the slow motion thing. So we'll go with the regular P365 first on the beep. Well, that's a lot of misses. The time on that last one was 297 with a lot of misses, and I don't know if that's getting used to the iron sights, but we'll try and do the same thing with the Zaffiri Precision P365 and see how that looks. Here we go. That was a 269, so it was a little bit faster. It felt close to the same in my hand, with a little bit of an edge, maybe going to the Zaffiri Precision version. One thing I was just looking at is and we can see that we're empty here. Inside the comp there, I don't know if you're really going to be able to see it, but you can see a lot of that copper coming off right there. You may not be able to see it, but I would almost think there's some kind of contact happening with the actual end of that port there. Hopefully I'm wrong about that. All right, obviously the Zaffiri Precision comp gun is not cycling correctly with the Blazer 115s. That's actually something that's important to a lot of people, is they want it to be able to function with normal factory ammo. So if that's something that matters to you, I would not get 115 Blazer or something similar for this gun. And I know that Blazer is not ideal for shooting comped guns. I'm just using something basic for this video so that you can see how it works. So after this, and if you don't know, the reason people say Blazer's not good is because it's plated and not actually fully jacketed or something like that. So it messes with the comp. It helps it let up faster. So for purposes of this video, we're also going to move up to the 147 Jello shots from Badlands Munitions, and we're going to see if that works a little bit better in both of these guns so we can get a good slow motion without any malfunctions. All right, guys, so at this time, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video. The P365 standard is a great gun to carry, to be super, super concealed. You can take it anywhere, and there's almost no issues with concealment. You can just put it in a sticky holster like this, and that can go inside your pants, or it has this little pocket wing on there, so this can also fit in your pocket really nicely. I'll carry it like that to church or something where I have a tucked-in shirt. Doesn't bother me one bit. If you do use a sticky holster and you want to go with a comp gun like this, keep in mind that that's not going to work for you because you have some trigger area exposed, and that is not safe for a holster. So you will have to get something different if you plan on carrying with something like this. That being said, I won't carry this. I was thinking about giving this one to my wife, and then maybe I could get the Radian one for myself, but I'm not going to use this at all. I just don't think it's reliable enough. It didn't seem like the accuracy was good enough from a bench. Zaffiri has a lot of controversial opinions about it. Some things they do are really good. I like some of their innovation, like their IBS blowhole system for guns is super, super nice. It feels really, really good. So if you're thinking about getting something like that, the IBS upper, the inner whatever blowhole system, do it. That's a great option. But for this, for the P365, it's just not working for me. It's not reliable enough with different kinds of ammunition, even though it worked with the 147 fat Jello shots, not fat bastards, but probably those two. But with normal out of the box stuff, It's not exactly something I want to mess with just because I don't have to. If you want to and you want to tune your springs, or if you don't think it's a big deal because it shoots your home defense rounds or your carry rounds good enough, then that's perfectly fine. I'm just telling you guys that this isn't something that I'm going to use on the gun when I carry it. When I get home, I'm going to take this off, and I'm probably just going to keep it to try and do a comparison video with the Radian Afterburner Ramjet. If this is something that you're interested in, let me know. Also, if you're interested in seeing that video comparing this with the Radian Ramjet for the P365, let me know that too, and I'll do a back-to-back comparison. Thanks for watching.